All right. Good morning, or good afternoon, everyone.
Yeah.
This is Calvin Butler with Flipstream and RBBS Property Holdings. Today we are doing a mentorship session with Mr. Kevin Hairston and Dwayne. Is it Dwayne
Harris.
Jamon?
Yeah, Dwayne Harris. Yeah.
And Dwayne Harris.
Yeah.
Okay. They are partners in starting their own real estate investment firm, and foreclosure rescue and buying and flipping properties and things of that nature. And they're here because they Kevin and I have worked together on several different projects before, but they are here because they are very much interested in learning the real estate day trade method and getting access to all the different strategies that we offer through Flipstream. All right. So, hello, gentlemen.
What's
Hey,
going on?
Calvin, you
All
the
right.
man.
All right. So you all have been a part of Flipstream now for about a week, right?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yep.
So first of all, what do you think about it so far?
Love it.
It's fantastic.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I started doing this years ago. I got kind of sidetracked with the trucking thing, but when trucking kind of took a deep downslide in 2022 and 2023, I kind of went back to what got me to where I am. This is actually what got me out of the homeless shelter. Okay. A lot of people know my story. I was homeless for about 18 months, and I flipped my first property from the homeless shelter. Rode my bicycle to evaluate the property. Rode my bicycle to the closing. They collected the check for about $28,712 some change. That was my first flip, and that took me about 17 days from start to finish. Believe it or not, 17 days. So I decided to go back to where I started, to what got me out of debt, what got me out of the situation I was in the first time. As you all know, Flipstream has many different strategies. The main one that we focus on starting out with is what we call real estate day trading. Some people call it assignment of contracts. Some people call it wholesaling. Some people call it end buyer presentations. It's a whole bunch of different names. We call it real estate day trading because of the way that we do it, completely all done online from your computer. You don't have to go out and look at the properties. You don't have to visit the property. You don't have to travel. You don't have to knock on doors. It's completely done from the computer using the technology, the advancements in technology that have come along in the last 5 to 10 years. Okay, so why are y'all here today? What do y'all need help?
Well, I got a few questions, but first I want to know, like, what is your process like from start to finish?
Okay.
Like that kind of like would help me to conceptualize, like, where I need to be as far as what I'm.
All right, great. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna share my screen and we're gonna walk you all through the process here. Okay. As you all know, we provide live mentorship for our Flipstream members. Flipstream is only $19.99 per month. If you're one of the first 1,000 subscribers, and you get mentorship, no upfront fees for mentorship. Let's go over here to our business lounge. Now, if you're not a member of Flipstream, those of you who are watching this on video later on, you're not going to be able to access the areas that we're going to now, because this is only for members only, for subscription paying members only. This is our business lounge. Now, the main thing that we do with Flipstream is real estate day trading. That's the easiest way to start off in real estate. That's why we focus on that so much, because so many people come in just like yourself. They want to learn how to flip real estate, make money in real estate, or particularly wholesaling, without using any of your own money and any of your own credit. Now, there's a process to this. And during this process, you're going to have access to the tools and resources that we provide through Flipstream. One of our main tools is our search property tools. We have other tools in here: evaluate properties, investor tools, knowing calculators, secure your funding, listed market flip, or rent. Okay, so we have all the tools necessary to do everything you need to do within real estate investing. But we're gonna focus on this today. So in focusing on this and doing the real estate day trade, here's my process. Now there are two ways, there's actually three ways that you all can do this. One way is you can do it completely on your own. I'm gonna walk you through the process. Okay. And when you do it completely on your own, you research your properties, you find your properties, you contract your properties, you list your properties with the cash buyer, you find the end buyer, you set up the closing, you go to closing, you get your check at the end, all that money stays with you. All you pay flip stream is $19.99 per month. Okay, if you do the whole thing yourself. The second way you can do what we're doing now today is what is through our mentorship session, where we walk you through, one of your deals. We'll walk you through the deals, help you find the property, help you, show you how to structure the deal, all the stuff. I just show you how to do all this, show you where to find everything, show you how to submit this, show you how to do that. We walk you through the entire deal. When you close the deal and you make your 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, $80,000 at closing, you pay us 10 to 20%. When you pay the mentor that mentor you through that deal, you pay them 10 to 20% of what you got on your settlement closing. Third way is our partnership, where you do the first part. We'll show you how to do it. When you do the first part, you find the deal, you structure the deal, okay? You do the skip trace, you call to verify that the numbers are good, and you verify the person's email address. Once you've done that, then you submit the deal to us, and we will take it from there. We will then close them on the numbers, get them signed up to the proper contract. We'll also take care of finding the end buyer. We'll set up the closing, and we will come and we will do the closing, and then we split the settlement fees. Okay, if it's $50,000, $25,000 go to you, $25,000 comes up. If it's $80,000, $40,000 go to you, $40,000 comes up. So those are the three ways you can do it. You can do it completely on your own, keep 100% of everything you earn. You can do the mentorship, pay us 10% to 20% of your settlement at closing on the deal that we help you with, or you can do the partnership and it's 50-50. All right, so let's walk you through a deal. Let's go here. And the tool that we use is our prop wire partner. Now, with last night during training, we showed you how to go through this if prop wire is not working properly. Sometimes prop wire goes down because they're doing stuff. You have millions of people logged on to prop wire, so sometimes they do crash and they do go down. But if they don't, you're able to get in here and do your prop wire stuff. I'm already logged in. So, once you create your account, you can log in and stuff like this. They be showing, now they show you this stuff here, prop wire go.
Hey, can we look at one that I would have did and see how you would structure it versus how I structured it?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, matter of fact, I was gonna find a completely new deal for you all. You tell me where you want to look at. Who's gonna locate a deal and who's gonna walk you through the whole process.
Okay.
So, where are you looking at?
I was looking at Chicago,
Illinois. Now, here's the thing I like to do. When you all are searching for deals, don't just search one particular city. Always search by the state.
Okay.
The reason why is because you're searching for the city, you really limited. Because remember, this is real estate day trading. This is not like you have to be in the area of where your target property is. The entire country is at your fingertips. I don't want y'all to get in the habit of just focusing in your area, okay? Because you really could be missing out on a lot of money that's out there by just narrowing your search on the place that's in your area. Because remember, you don't have to go to this place. You're not the end buyer. All you're doing is you're structuring the deal to where you know you can make money and to where the end buyer can make money. And then you contract. And then what you're doing is you're flipping that contract out to the end buyer. The end buyer is the one who's going to be the one who wants to go and view the property, inspect the property. You're set aside from all of that. Okay, this is why we call our method real estate day trading. All the other methods out there. They teach you how to go and find properties in your area, properties that you can travel to, that you can knock on doors. That's not what we show you here. Technology has made that outdated. I don't know why people still do that. I mean, I really don't. Especially when you're doing just flipping the contracts, when you're just doing the assignments. Okay, but let's look for Illinois. See if I can pull up Illinois, USA. There we go. All right. In Illinois, there are 5,002,217 off-market properties. Okay. That's what you want to look for. You want to look for off-market property. Now we need to narrow that search down. Do you have the address of the one you was looking at?
Yes. Let's see. I got, let's see, I'm gonna look at the big one. Okay. 3,110.
Whoa. All right.
Here, you want me to put it in the chat?
So it's 3110?
Yeah, 3110.
Okay.
North.
Yeah, okay. So you said 3,000. I'm putting in 300. It's 3110.
Yeah, 3110 North Menard, MENARD Avenue.
There it is right there.
Yep.
All right, let's see what we got here. All right, let's see if it meets the criteria. All right. It is at least a minimum of 70%. It is got plenty of equity. It's 4-bedroom, 2-bath. All right. Check the foreclosure information. It is a list pending. It was just recorded 7/22/2024, so it hasn't gone to auction. It's hasn't even gone to court yet to be scheduled for an auction. So that's good. All right. So far you got a good property. I can tell you this is going to be a property that will definitely work just by looking at it. It's 98% on the equity. It is a list pending. It is not going to judicial proceedings yet, as far as in front of a judge to be scheduled for an auction. So you still got time. It was the list pendants was just filed. The document was just filed last month, as a matter of fact. So you got plenty of time, okay, to make this deal happen. All right. So yeah. So this deal will work. There are no delinquent taxes. And loan balance is $11,155. Now a lot of people will say, well, Calvin, with the loan balance of only $11,000 and the property is worth $510,000, why don't these people just, get an equity loan or just do something? That you got to know that's not for us to decide. We're not here to judge people. We don't know what their situation is. We don't know why it is what it is. Person could have died, left it to someone. They can't afford it. Okay, it may need some type of fix up or repairs that they can't afford. Okay, it's not our place to judge why these properties go into foreclosure. Okay, there's a million and one reason why a property goes into foreclosure. And so I've seen foreclosure that where they only owe $5,000 on the doggone thing, and it's worth $300,000. Okay, seriously, I've seen properties auction off at the auction worth $500,000, $600,000, $700,000. Auction starts at $100 because they only owe like a couple $1,000 on it. Someone winds up getting that property for around $20,000. Final bid, somewhere around it. I've seen it. So it's not for us to figure out why this is in focus, why they haven't paid that amount, why they don't seek some other type of rent. All we know is that they are in this situation, and that is a fact. The fact is they have not paid it. That is a fact, right? The fact is that it's going up for foreclosure. And if they don't do something, it's going to be auctioned off. That is a fact. Okay, so we deal with just the facts. All right, so here's the problem. Now, what we have y'all to do, first of all, you want to look for properties that have at least 70% equity. Why? Because the rule, because you're looking at this from the standpoint of the end buyer first, okay? So that's who you're going to flip it out to. You're looking for an end buyer. We are not the end buyer. You're looking for the person who's going to actually have the money to pay cash to get this property, okay? So we look at it from their standpoint first. And their rule, their wholesale rule, is they never offer more than 70% of the after repaired value. That's the ARV, okay? The after repaired value, which is usually about the same as the estimated value. The after repaired value is usually a little bit more than the estimated value. Okay, the estimated value is based on comps, what has sold in that area in and around that property that are similar to that property, what they sold for. That's what your estimated value is based on. So your after repaired value is based on after they come in and put money into this thing, fix it up really, really nice, and that's the after repaired. Now, after repaired value is usually the estimated value or more. Okay, so we're gonna do our numbers on the estimated value. All right. Now, as an end buyer, what you're looking for is, first of all, you do the deal that's going to be the most attractive to the end buyer. We know that the end buyers will never offer more than 70%. Only time I've seen an end buyer offer anything close to 70% is when the property needed absolutely no work. It was already moved in, pristine property, was perfect, nothing needed to be done to it. And a lot of times those properties have furniture in them, the whole 9 yards, and then they say, oh yeah, okay, we'll give you 70% of that because we're not putting the money into it, right? There's nothing we need to do to it. It's already moving property. We can move in, we can get it, and we still got what? 30% of equity left in it that we can flip it out and get that 30%. You see what I'm saying? Now,
yeah. So real quick though, I heard you say in a video to base it off of, for beginners to base it off the tax amount. So that's what I base my numbers off of.
no, I've never said based off of the tax amount. I said in doing real estate day trading, you base off. Now, there's some other strategies where we do base off tax amount. This is not that strategy.
Oh,
That's a whole different strategy. Okay, remember, there's about 15 to 16 different real estate investing strategies. This one is real estate day trading. In real estate day trading, you are basically finding properties that end buyers. You are not the end buyer. Now, if you are the end buyer, if we're doing something from the end buyer standpoint, that's a strategy you can use. But we're working these deals based on the value. Why? Because we're looking for the end buyer. Okay, so
don't use the estimated tax value, because I could have swore you said that.
no, not when you're doing the real estate day trade.
Okay.
Not when you're doing the real estate day trade. Because remember, we're structuring these deals to flip them out to an end buyer. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So what you want to do is, and the rule is for the wholesale rule for end buyers, they never pay more than 70% of the estimated value. I'm sorry, of the ARV, after repaired value. So this represents the after repaired value. After repaired value may be a little bit more than this, but we're going to use this right here. And the reason why we do this because we're gonna work the deal in reverse first. Okay, the end buyer, okay, looking at a deal. Okay, if you were an end buyer, you're looking at a property. You're looking for a property that's got enough that you can get it for low enough price where you can still make a lot of money on it, right? Mm-hmm. Even if you had to put money into it, right? That's what you're looking for, right?
Yeah.
So we're gonna work the deal backwards from the end buyer standpoint first. All right. And we're gonna make this deal. We're gonna start off with the first deal structure. We're gonna do it to where we know without a shadow of a doubt that the end buyer will take this deal. Okay, so the first one is gonna be based on 40% offer to value. And we know the end buyers don't offer more than 70%, so we're gonna base this first computation on 40% offer to value. Okay, so we're gonna take this. The value, 510,328. And we're going to do it times 40%. So if we got this deal under contract and we put it out to an end buyer, and if an end buyer only offers us 40%, their offer will be $204,131.20. That would be the offer that we would get from the end buyer once we got it under contract. Them buying it from us, buying the contract. Okay? That's at 40%. I've never seen an offer come in less than 40%. That's why we base it at 40%. On average, the offers come in somewhere between 50 and 60 to 65%. Usually between 45 and that 60% is where the offers usually come in at. Unless it's a perfect property, and then you can get offers 65, 70%, something like that. Okay? But I've never seen an offer at 40 that goes lower than 40%. It's a rare, I've heard of offers being made at 35% or whatever the case may be, but even at 40%, this still should be a great deal. So that's why you want to work the deal first at a 40% offer to value. Okay, so now we got 204,131. So 204,131. 204,131. That's the offer we should get from an end buyer. Okay, bottom line. All right, so now let's see if we can still make this deal work with paying off all their liens and putting $20,000 in their pocket. I always say $20,000 because with our platform, we never approach someone who is in foreclosure or facing foreclosure and not offer them at least $20,000. We would not be one of those companies. We would not be associated with people who go out and offer these people no money and leave them homeless. They're already in a bad situation. They're already under stress. A lot of people, well, you know, they should have made it. Well, you don't know why they didn't make it. It could have been death in the family. It could have been illness. Could have been divorce. There's a whole slew of things that are beyond someone's control of why they go into foreclosure. Okay, but we do know that they're in the most stressful period, probably in their life. So we don't want to add stress to that by coming in and stealing their home and not giving them anything for it, right? That's why we only look for properties that have at least 70% equity in it. There's no need looking at a property that has 50% equity because you can't offer that person any money, right? There's no need in looking at that property. Mm-hmm. That's not how we do business, okay? Companies like that is what's giving wholesale a bad name, you know, in my opinion. In my opinion, it's like everybody else, you know, everybody got one. But anyway, $204,000. That's what we're looking to get on a worst case offer from the end buyer. Now, we know that they owe $11,155. So we're going to subtract $11,155. And we're still sitting on $192,976. Are there any more liens? No, don't have any more liens. Now, we don't know what the attorney fees are. Yeah, we don't know what the attorney fees are. Probably this attorney fee is probably going to be somewhere around $6,000 to $7,000, but we'll see if we got enough room for those in. We don't usually compute that until we actually find out for sure. But we do know that we want to offer them at least $20,000 in their pocket. So we take another $20,000 off that. So with offering them to pay off their liens and putting 20 grand in their pocket, we're still sitting on $172,976. Is what your take would be at the closing, minus the attorney fees. Okay, if the attorney fees is $6,000, you're still looking at $160,000. Okay, now that's at 40%. At 40%, that's a great deal. That's an incredible deal at 40%. At 50%, it would be even more. 60%, even more. Right? So we know bottom line, we got a deal. Right? Now, let's say you go to the person, you say, Mr. Johnson, you know, my name is Dwayne Harris. I'm a real estate investor, and we would like to make an offer to purchase your home located in blah, 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 you know, with enough money to pay off your liens, your attorney fees, and put $20,000 in your pocket at close. Is that something that will help you and your family out? Now, if they say, yes, great, you're sitting on an incredible deal. They say, well, that's not enough. I mean, I know my home is worth at least $400,000 or $500,000, and for me to all the old $11,000 on it. So for me to let it go for that, and I know it's on the foreclosure. Okay, sir, ma'am, I understand. what would you feel comfortable with that you could live with? What amount of money in your pocket that you can feel comfortable? Now, remember, we got to pay off all your liens. You got to pay off your attorney fees. You got to pay off all your liens, your attorney fees, and put money in your pocket. So keep that in mind. And remember, we're in the business of flipping because we represent a network of cash buyers. So we've got to make money on this deal too. So what amount of money could you feel comfortable with in helping you to move forward? Well, we got to have at least $100,000. Now, if they say that, can you still make that deal happen?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's all you got to do is take off another 80 grand. You still get just under $100,000 in your pocket.
Mm-hmm.
So you see why we work the deal the way we work it.
Mm-hmm.
So no matter what the situation is, when you go to that end, when you go to that seller, the property owner, yes, we're offered to put $20,000 in the pocket. Sometimes they say they jump all over that. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times they're gonna say, well, come on, I gotta have more than that. Okay, what would you feel comfortable with? Okay, and they come back and say, I gotta have at least $100,000. Now, you don't want to just jump right and say, okay, yeah, I can do that. Then they know you got a whole lot more to work with.
Right.
You
Mm-hmm.
gotta say something to them like, okay, $100,000. Okay, let me see if I can still make that work and still have a deal that my end buyer can make money on too. Because remember, they got to make money on this too, and we got to make money. So everybody's got to be satisfied. Just give me a second. Put them on hold for a second. I'm like, okay. I think we can do 100,000. If we can do 100,000 today, if we can agree on 100,000, can we go ahead and send the contracts over and get that signed so we can go ahead and get this thing working so we can get it closed out within the next 30 days? Always leave it up to them to put that certified stamp on. You don't put that certified stamp on it. You put that certified stamp on it. They may say, well, shoot, you know, now that I think about it, 100,000 don't seem like it's enough. You see what I'm saying? But if they put that certified stamp on it, there's nowhere else to go, right?
Mm-hmm.
So leave it up to them to put that. Always ask them that question. If we can agree on this today, on $100,000 today, can we go ahead and agree to go and get you the contract over, get it signed, get it back to us, we can go and make this happen? Yeah, we can go get it, we can do it happen. All right, great. So what we're gonna do, pay off all your liens, your attorney fees, and give you $100,000 at close. That's the deal we're agreeing on, right? Yes, that's the deal we're all right, great. I'm gonna go ahead and what I need you to do now is I need you to contact your lender and get a 30-day payoff, the exact 30-day payoff. Don't worry about if the payoff is a little bit more than we think it is. I think we can still work the deal to where we can accommodate you with $100,000. I also need you to go ahead and contact the attorneys for the lender. Okay, and they are Coolidge and Associates PC. Their phone number is blase, blase, blase. The document number is blase, blase, blase. The case number is blase, blase, blase. Contact them and get the attorney fees because they're not going to give this to you. Okay, they're not going to give it to you. I've even seen cases where some flippers get the people to sign a power of attorney, and they contact the closing attorneys or the attorneys for the bank, and they still won't give it to you, even though you got a power of attorney. When you first mentioned them, okay, case number, blah, 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 they pull it up, okay, yeah, we have that case, okay. My name is, oh, so you're not the owner of the property? Okay, well, you need to go ahead and contact the owner of the property. That's
Okay.
what they
So who was the first? Okay, I got the attorney's fees. What was the first one you said they need to contact?
The lender.
The lender, okay, to get
The
the
person they
payout.
owe the money to.
Right, okay.
Okay, and you have all that right here. So you just tell them, say, look, I need you to get in touch with your lender, okay, with the lien holder, and get me a 30-day payoff letter, okay? I also need you to contact the what? the lender's attorney and get the attorney fees. Now, normally, if it's in a list pending, when the lender gives you a payoff, you request a payoff from the lender, they're sending it over to the attorney, and the attorney is adding the fees into it. So that number that you get from that payoff letter should include the attorney fees. But I always like to get them to get the attorney fees separate just in case, so I can see it, so we can see it, and then we can verify it. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you get that, and I basically look, as soon as we get those payoffs, we'll go ahead and get your contract. Because you really can't, you can do a contract based on an estimate or a guesstimate, is what I like to call it. But I don't like to do a contract until I have those payoffs. Okay? So I know exactly what it is. Then I can have that in the contract. You see what I'm saying? So I know what I've got. You see what I'm saying?
Right. So send the contract after you get that information.
Exactly. Now, if you want to see what your deal is, just do the same thing at 50% and do the same thing at 6% with the same amount of money, and you got even more money. Now, chances are, a deal like this is probably going to come in at about a 50% value, because it looks like it may need some work. Okay? I don't know if it's this one or this one. Or this one. I don't know which one of these it is. But all three of them looks like they're in an area where, if it's this one, this definitely gonna need some work. Okay, because you can see here where it looks like it's, some stuff on the front here. It's got to be redid, and just by looking at it, it's like it may not be occupied or whatever the case may be, and whatever it could be. Even this one right here looks like it needs some work, and even that one could stand a little bit. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So, but we don't know what the inside looks like. We don't know. It looks like it's gonna need some work. So I would say a deal like this will probably come in at about 50%. The great thing is it is in an area where there's a lot of people. It's a very populated area. Home values are very high. Okay? So you should not have a problem finding an end buyer for this that's going to offer you at least 50%. At least 50%. I would suspect probably this will probably come in about 60 to 65%. Which is going to give you considerably a lot more money than just $92,976 after putting $100,000 in the pocket and paying off all their liens.
Wow. Excellent.
That's real estate day trading. Okay? This is real estate day trading. Because you're working a deal from the end buyer end first. And you make sure you're putting together a deal that's going to be very attractive to the end buyer. Because if an end buyer comes off 40% of this deal, end buyer still has 60% equity and they can make money on. They're getting this property for around what? 100 and what did they get this property for? They get this property for around 100 and so basically 40% at a 40% offer, they get the property for that. Hold on, my calculator go. Okay, here we go. At that 40% offer, they will be getting that property about 40%. They get that property for $204,000 at a 40% offer. Okay, it's worth $510,000. Okay, even if it's only worth $480,000, they're still getting a great. I mean, they got plenty of equity. They've got over almost 60% equity in that property, about 59% equity. So they could turn around and sell. They got it for $204,000. They could turn around and sell this property at $304,000, $200,000 less than what it's worth, and still make over $100,000. You see what I'm saying? They can literally turn around and wholesale the property back out to another investor. See how great a deal that is?
That's a great deal.
Yeah, and that's why we tell y'all to only look for deals. That's why our program is set up the way it is. Look for deals that are at least 70% equity. So this is what you can do with 70% equity deals. especially when they're in pre-foreclosure. You got a motivated seller, right?
Mm-hmm.
You got a motivated lender who wants to get their money. The attorneys want their money. All right? Everybody's motivated to make the deal happen. And you got a deal that's extremely attractive to who? An end buyer. Or someone who buys property, fixes them up, and flips them out, or buys and holds, or whatever the case may be. You got an equitable deal for everybody involved. I know a lot of people say, well, Calvin, I didn't know you could actually do this. Yeah, people been doing this for years. And you use none of your own money, none of your own credit. You just identify, structure the deal, get it contracted, flip it out, flip the contract out.
Now, can you go over the contract?
Yeah, I'm going to go over all that.
Okay.
Next step, of course, you got to find your owners.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, this is good because you only have this on one property. This is not a landlord. That's great because you're not dealing with someone who's gonna, look at it and say, "Look, man, I own 6 of these properties. Ain't no way in the world I'm gonna let you have this property for that kind of money."
Mm-hmm.
You see, that's a good thing about it. You want to you really want to deal with people who are not landlords, who are not real estate savvy, real estate investing savvy. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
One home, they own one home. We don't know the age of this person yet. First of all, we got to find them. So let's go do our skip tracing. And the skip tracings that we use, all right, we have 2. It's not other skip trace. It's not other skip trace. Oh, they're the people search. All right, there it is. We have this one and we have people search. I prefer people search. This other one I put in here because people search, if you're from outside of the USA, you can't use people search. This other one, you can use it from anywhere in the world. Okay, it is good, but it's not quite as good as people search. Okay, so, and these are free ones because you can hook on people search. Now, when you're using people search, you might want to do this. Click on it, right click it, and then open link in new tab. Okay, because when you try to open it within our site, sometimes it has some problems. So you click open it in new tab, pops up in your new tab over here. Then you go in and you put in the person's name, and you put in the city. Put in the city. Okay, in Chicago, right? Put in the city, Chicago.
Right.
Chicago, Illinois. Then you search. Okay. Great. The reason why you put in the city, because you want to narrow your search. There's only one person with that name in Chicago. Now, here's another problem. This person is 91 years old. Okay. See, that's probably one of the reasons why it's in foreclosure. Before I even click on it, this person is either deceased, number one, or they're at that point where they just, at that age where, they've had some problems and the family can't afford to pay what's called, they got houses of their own, or what the case may be. See, this is why I say we never judge, but you never know why people file in foreclosure with such a small amount of money. Now, let's click on the details. All right. It doesn't say that they're deceased. All right. So it doesn't say that they're deceased. But then again, when you call them up, somebody may say, they died. Sometimes that happens. All right. But you do know that they're 91 years old. Chances are you're going to have to talk to a family member that is handling their affairs.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But let's check to see if we got some of the right numbers. All right. Current address. Same address. No, it's a different address. That's, yeah, different address. So they've moved out of the home. Okay. They're still in Chicago, but they moved out of that home. Okay.
Okay.
Probably in a family home or something like that. Family home. Phone number is probably good. This landline may still be good because it was last reported July 2024 by Ameritech Illinois. That's when the last bill was paid last month. Okay.
Okay.
Landline. This person probably doesn't even have a cell phone. So 91 years old. Okay. So you're gonna have to try that landline. If you can't get them through the landline, what you're going to do is you're going to go down here and you're going to look for relatives. 38, 67, that's probably his daughter. Okay. You're going to click on, I'm sorry, it might be his granddaughter. The 67 might be his daughter. That might be his son or his grandson. That could be his son. Okay. Well, because Michael Fallon is like probably a junior or whatever. So you want to click on some of these, right? And see what their numbers are and call them too, if you can't get in touch with him.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? Possible associates, you got different associates here. You know, I mean, all of his associates are 105, 72. So you're dealing with a very elderly person, which means you're going to have to speak to someone in the family. Now, that can be a good or a bad. Okay. Obviously, the family members don't have the means to pay off that money. So if they did, it would not be in foreclosure. Right? And when you're talking with family members, let's face it, all families ain't the Huxtables. Right? When you're talking with the families, and the families probably saying, oh, yeah, well, how much money? No, you're going to be the outcall, because he's living with me. He done moved into my house with nothing. Right? So $100,000 can look very attractive to that family member. Not mean to sound greedy, but let's face it. When you bring in someone in your home, if you already got a home and they lost their home, you bring them into your home, and they come into your home with no money, that's an extra burden on you. Right? Would you rather have them come to your home with no money? Would you rather have them come to your home with $100,000?
$100,000.
Exactly. You see what I'm saying? So don't be afraid to call the family. Now, here's the trick. You may wind up getting a family member that's not the legal guardian of that person. That family member is not the legal guardian of that person. That family member may act like they are, and then they're going to contact the legal guardian and say, hey, I hear he got $100,000 coming. How we going to do that? You see what I'm saying? So just be mindful of who you're speaking with when you call these third-party people, or the case may be. I always start the conversation off with, hey, my name is Calvin Butler. I'm with RBBS Property Holders, and I'm trying to get in touch with Mr. Platt, Mr. Francis Platt. Are you the legal guardian, or does he live there? Yeah, that's my father. He lives here. Yeah, he just took him in. Was like, great. The reason why I'm calling is because there's a property that he had at such that is scheduled to go to a foreclosure hearing to be auctioned off. We like to make an offer to purchase that property now and pay off all the liens, so that won't go on the credit. And that's something that you want to deal with and he wants to deal with, and pay off all the attorney fees, and pay $100,000 to him at closing. Whoa. And pay $20,000. This is how you. So this is before you actually figure out what you want, and pay. You know, I normally say and pay a considerable amount of cash to them at closing. Okay. And then they say, well, how much cash? Right now, if you're doing this deal yourself, you're going to go into the negotiation with them. If you're doing a partnership deal with us, you do not go into negotiation with them on the amount of money. That's for us to do. You understand?
Yes.
If you're doing a partnership deal, you simply say, "Look, my name is Mr. Harrison. I represent RBBS Property Holdings, and we were interested in purchasing the property located at blah blah and paying off all the liens, all the attorney fees, and keeping it out of foreclosure, and putting a considerable amount of money, in your pockets at closing." Oh, really? Well, how much money? Well, man, I don't know that. My job is to verify that we have the best number for them to contact you at, and the best possible email for them to contact you and send you the official offer. Is this the number that they should call? Yeah, this is the right number. Okay, and or you something, or if you're not dealing with this person, you say, and may I ask, who should they speak with? Blah 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 blah. Okay, we're showing an email address of blah blah blah. If it shows an email address, this person may not even have an email address. No email address. Yeah, this person doesn't even have an email address, which is kind of expected for people, around that age. What is a good email address for us to be able to send you the official offer to? Okay, great. Someone from corporate will be contacting you within the next 48 hours to discuss the offer and negotiate any, terms of the sale. That's how you handle it, if you're doing a partnership. Now, obviously, if you're doing the deal yourself, you're gonna go through what you offer them, and and kind of start your negotiations and stuff like that. Okay. Now, once you've done that, verified, you got them, whatever. Now you got to pull up the correct contracts. Gonna go back to legal agreements and forms. Okay.
Okay.
Click on legal agreements and forms. All your contracts are here. Now, you're either gonna do a full disclosure assignment of contract. We have a PDF and we have it in Word. Or you're just gonna do a regular assignment of contract. Now, some states require that you do full disclosure. And to find out what state requires full disclosure, you just Google it. Just Google Illinois Illinois require full disclosure assignment of all right, the Illinois Residential Real Estate Property Disclosure Act is a real estate law in Illinois that requires home and property sellers to inform potential real estate purchases of a wide variety of issues, defects, repairs, owners of the repairs, and have been completed. So, yeah, that's kind of like what I'm looking for, but not. Some would just go in and tell you that yes, it requires full disclosure. That's a different way.
Yeah, I'm looking at sites too. They just don't come out and tell you.
I know. I mean, like if I pull up Florida tell you, no, you don't have to be full disclosure. You know, um, some of these, when you pull up some of this stuff, it just doesn't come out right out and tell you. Just do a little bit of research. Let me do this.
What if you query what states require full disclosure?
It's not gonna. I've already done that. An assignment of contract is or of all my rights under the contract or an assignment to the contract. See, some of them when I pull them up, some of the states when you pull them up, it just already tells you that Florida is a full disclosure state, or this is Florida is not a full disclosure state, or something. Some of these have these, they're crazy. You may have to look at one of the actual templates.
Here, what about this? It says you need not to complete a disclosure form if you've never occupied the property and never had management responsibility.
There you go. So it's not a full disclosure. You can send just a regular assignment contract.
Yep.
Okay. But what I like to do, I like to send what I like to do is send a purchase agreement with an assignment clause.
Okay.
Okay. That's the simplest way to do it. Because if you state in the purchase agreement that this is an assignable contract, right? That satisfies both full disclosure and what's called. Because you let them know that this is this could be, I reserve the right to sell this property or assign this contract, as a real estate investor. That's just a clause within the purchase agreement. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So you can do with Illinois, you can just do a regular assignment, just a regular assignment agreement, or you can do a purchase agreement with an assignment clause in it.
Okay.
But this is where you find your contracts. Okay. Now you can pull them up.
Mm-hmm.
You can pull them up by PDF or by Word. Word, of course, you can edit. PDF, you got to kind of just reduplicate it for what you want to put in. But either way, you can pull it up by PDF or by Word, and then just put in the necessary. You can change this up here. Well, of course, you can take the flip stream off and change it to whatever you want to change it to your company name, whatever the case may be, and then just complete the agreement and just send it off to them to be signed, either do or.
So we don't sign till they sign, or do we sign first?
Either way, it doesn't really matter.
Doesn't matter. Okay.
Yeah, as long as both parties sign. If you do a DocuSign, you send it to them, they sign their copy, or you can sign it, and then you send it to them and they sign it. If you got Rocket lawyer like I do, right?
Mm-hmm.
Send it to them, send it to them and me at the same time. I send it to myself and to them. Doesn't matter which party signs first.
Okay.
Okay. So that now, once you got the property under contract, let me repeat this. Once you have the property under contract, if you're doing this yourself, we're doing it with you doing all this yourself. Once you have the property under contract and not before, please listen to me. Never, ever, ever, ever submit a deal to any MLS or a cash buyer MLS or to another wholesaler without that property being under contract. Because all they're going to do is just go around doing contract the property direct to themselves, and then you just out of luck. Okay? Once you have it under contract, and I'm going to go even one step further, after you have contacted a closing attorney and notified them that you have a contract, send that to the closing attorney, notify them that we're going to be looking to do a closing on this within the next 25 to 30 days. I usually say within 45 days. Why do you want to do that?
Closing attorney, is that for protection?
You want to lock it in.
Because anything that goes to a closing attorney, they immediately do what? They start doing what? Title. They start doing title searches, which means they register that the property's under contract. You see what I'm saying? So when someone else tries to do a contract on it, they will immediately see, oh, this property's under contract. They can't contract it until the other contract expires, or you decide to exercise your cancellation for right of inspection, or whatever the case may be. Okay, it goes into a public database that is, this property is now contracted. You understand?
Yep.
All right. So you got it under contract. You got it, with a closing attorney that we got a possible closing set up. Now what you got to do is you got to find the end buyer. Right?
Yes.
All right. So you can go down here where it says list, market, flip, or rent. Okay. Very simple. You're gonna go and post it to we buy among the houses. You can post it to Sunday. I like Sunday. Sunday is a good one. It's you submit it and you start getting cash offers.
How long does it take?
If it was a good deal, you submit it, you may get a cash offer the same day or next day. Now, again, don't, never, ever post any properties to any of these sites until you have it under contract. Okay, I can't say it. Look, it may sound like I'm being facetious when I keep saying this, but I've had people that call me and say, man, I did a deal and I put it on that site, told me to put it on, and they went and bought the house without even notifying me, and I ain't get no money. Did you have it under contract yet? Well, as soon as they said, yeah, they'll take the deal, I went ahead and put it on the site, and then I sent them the contract, offered them the site. Whoa. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Don't put the cart before the horse. Somebody else will attach that. Somebody else will come along with their horse and attach that cart and take off, right? This is the reason why in this instance you do not put the cart before the horse. All right.
Okay.
Right. So you can submit it there. You can submit it to. There's some other places. I like Sunday. I also like. Do
you submit it to multiple places or just one?
I mean, you can. I mean, because remember now you got to pay to submit this stuff. Some of them have one-time fees. Some like we buy ugly houses. I don't think they charge you a fee. You just they're just trying to get a lead on a bunch of houses. They'll get a cash offer, all this type of stuff. Okay.
Hey Calvin.
Cash offer. Yeah.
Okay, I noticed you said submit it to them, but you also said wait until it's under contract. So
yeah, wait till you get it under contract.
So what exactly are you submitting to them?
You're submitting, all right, you're gonna put in the address. Basically, you're just gonna put in the address, you're gonna submit it to them, and they're gonna pull it up. And when they pull it up, they will see that it's under contract. That's why you put it on the contract. If you submit it to them and it's not on the contract, guess what? It's gonna come up that it's not on the contract. And they ain't gonna bother about you. They just gonna go straight to them. That's why I tell you to go to a closing attorney, get the closing attorney on file, knowing that they are gonna be doing the closing. They'll start doing the what's called, and then when they immediately get that, it's now listed as being under contract.
Okay.
Now the closing attorney, Now, the closing attorney would be the professional and reliable mobile remote online notary service.
Either you can use them, or if you got one in mind that you know of that you want to use, that's wholesale friendly. But that notary service, yeah, that's a good one to go to. But they're partnered with us. Use them, and they will go ahead and take care of all that.
Okay.
Okay. Which means they got to put a notary on it. Anytime they notarize something, that goes into a public database. Anytime, see what I'm saying? All this, you want to make sure you cover all your tracks before you submit this stuff.
Absolutely, 100%.
Okay. So you can either go, and there's multiple places that you can submit it to get, cash offers. Because remember, these cash offer places, they're not gonna offer more than what, 70% of the after repair value. Okay. Now, other places you can list it to, it's like Richard, which is an actual MLS. They're gonna charge you 1% at closing. I like Richard. You can submit it to Richard, which is the same that they will submit it to the MLS, right? And when they submit it to an MLS, now you have to put in there what you will pay the buyer's realtor. Like you agree to pay them 1.5%, and you pay Richard 1%. See what I'm saying? So you're gonna pay at closing. It's gonna come out of your settlement at closing. But the good thing about this is it goes on in the MLS. And you can state in the posting that this is a contracted property, and it's and as a wholesaler, we are looking for an end buyer. You can actually put that in the MLS so that the realtors know that you are a wholesaler. You already have a contract, and you're looking for an end buyer.
Okay, and do you have cash buyers?
Yes, we do.
So
that's on our partnership agreement. Coming to our partnership agreement, the first place we send it to is our cash buyer syndicate.
Okay.
That's a group of investors here that my partner belongs to, a group of investors that have about, I think it's about 12 million that they can spend each quarter on properties. So the first place, if you're going into a partnership deal with us, that's our first place to send it over to. And no, you don't get access. No, you don't get access to that syndicate if you're not doing a partnership deal with us.
Okay, that was my question. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. No, you don't get access to our syndicate if you're not doing a partnership deal with us. That's why we give you all these other resources to submit your deals on your own.
Okay.
All right. So yeah, and then once you've done that, then you schedule your closing, go to your closing. A lot of closings are done in they have simulcast type closing now. You can do them online, or they can be set up to where the person who is buying the property may be in one state and they're going to an attorney, closing attorney there. The person who is selling the property is in another state. They go to their closing attorney there, and you go to your closing attorney closest to you. Okay, you can set those up, or you can do it, or they have these situations where you can do it completely online. If you go use the notary service, they can set it up to where you can do it completely online.
That's what's up. And how much do they charge?
I'm not certain. To be honest with you, you have to contact them.
Okay.
We don't get into quoting their rates because they're a separate company that we are just affiliated with. And this is their company right here. You can go to them and find out what they charge and all that type of stuff. Attorney notary services, mobile notary, remote online notary, certified notaries. You contact them And there's a number right there. Contact them and ask them what their fees are and things like that.
All right.
Now, of course, if you're doing this and you're doing the partnership deal, once you structure the deal, once you verify the phone number and the email address, do not discuss the offer with them. Basically say, my name is such and such and such. I'm calling about the property located in West Virginia. I represent a group of cash. I represent a group of cash investors, and they are interested in purchasing your property at such and such and such and such with enough to pay off all your liens and your attorney fees and put a considerable amount of money in your pocket. Is that something that will help you and your family out? Yes. Well, how much money does it? I don't know. My only job is to verify that we have the best phone number for them to contact you at, and so you all can discuss the offer and the best email address, but they can send you the official offer. Is this the phone number that they should contact you at? Yes. Okay. What is the best possible email address for them to send you the official offer? Okay, great. Like I said, someone will be contacting you within 48 hours to go over the offer and help you all to get this rectified or solved, or how you want to say it. Okay, that's if you're doing, and if you're doing that, once you've done that and you verified it, then you submit the deal. Go up here to your profile up here, and you go to day trade submissions. Click on that. And then you submit the deal here. Look, stream partnership deals. Fill them out. Make sure anything that has a star beside it, you gotta complete it. Okay, the first bit of information is going to be your email address, your full name, your cell phone number. Put your email address here. You're going to have the subject property. You're going to put in, and please put in the full property address. Don't just put in 1322 Elm Street. You know how many Elm Streets there are in the United States? All different states. Put the whole address, city, state, zip code, whole 9 yards. Okay. The estimated property value. Don't just put a number there. Put the dollar sign in front of it, so we know what we're looking at. Okay. The equity percentage, 70%, 80%, 71%, whatever it is. Make sure you put that there. The amount of the equity. Put the whole number amount. The dollar sign, the whole 9 yards. Loan balance, again, dollar sign, whole 9 yards. Don't just send over a bunch of numbers jumbled up. Okay. Skip trace information. Property owner's full name. Verified phone number. Do not send us this until you have called them and verified that that is a good working number and this is the number for us to call. Same thing with the email address. Get a verified email address. Owner's current mailing address. A lot of times their mailing address is different from the property address because most of the people have already moved out. Okay. Profit margin calculation. Do it at what? 40%. We're putting $20,000 in their pocket and paying off all their liens. Do it at 50% with $20,000 in their pocket and paying off all their liens. And do it at 60% with $20,000 in their pocket, paying off all their liens. And then you submit it to us. Okay.
Hey, Calvin, quick question. We would have to know how much that lien is prior to putting that information.
Yeah, it tells you what the lien is right here on what you call it. It always tells you what the lien is.
Yeah, you're right. My bad.
And I showed you how to calculate what the lien is. You doesn't say you can do it by the what? By the equity percentage.
Right, exactly. I got you.
So you'll always be able to know at least what the total amount owed on it is. Okay. If you're looking at one of these, in Illinois, that's 59%. But of course, now when you're looking up these properties, if you let's say we're Illinois, you're gonna narrow it down. You're always gonna do pre-foreclosure. So yeah, down to 9,000. something. And you're always going to do high equity. Now it's down to 4,000 something. Property types, you're only going to do single family homes.
Do you not do zombie properties anymore?
You can, but that's going to pull up a bunch of properties that doesn't really fit your criteria. Because when you do zombie properties, a lot of times you're putting up a lot of landlords. Because technically, landlords don't live in the properties.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? So it's going to toss them in there too. And we really don't want to deal with landlords. A lot of times when we deal with zombie properties, the owner of those properties have several properties. Sometimes. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So you can, but you're going to have to sift through a lot of stuff that you don't want to be looking at. I prefer to narrow it down to only the properties that I can do and that I can make money.
Right.
Okay. Illinois got good high property value. Never click list price. You don't want to deal with stuff that's already on the MLS. You always want to deal with off-market stuff. Right. Mm-hmm. So you do estimated value. In Illinois, I would go all the way up to 800,000. Really 900K. I would go all the way up to 900K in Illinois. There's some very, high value properties there. Don't worry about the bedrooms and that. Go into the more section. You're going to do your owner filters. You don't want to deal with individual owners and don't want to deal with companies or trusts or anything like that. You're also going to click on, when you pull that up, you're going to click on your financial filters. You're going to slide this bar over to 70%. Don't send us anything less than 70% equity. I'm going to send it back to you. Slide it off 100 to about 98%. If you're dealing with a home that is in pre-foreclosure that has 100% equity, there's something out there you don't know about, right? And that's always going to pop up to bite you in the butt just before closing. You ain't got time to deal with it. You may not have enough money to cover it, and then you just wasted all that time and money, right?
Right.
And on your foreclosure stuff, you're going to deal with list pendings, and you're going to deal with the notice date. It's going to go back as far as 1 year. Don't go past 1 year because chances are that stuff has been resolved or it's already been auctioned off or something of that nature. It just hasn't been updated yet. I'm going to click November. Then you've got to click a date. You got to click a number date. If you don't, it's not going to save. Click November the 1st, then it saves. You right there? Then you click save and close. And now we narrowed down what you're looking at in Michigan. You got 1,200 properties that fit your exact criteria. Every freaking last one of these is a doable deal. Because they meet your criteria, right? Off market, all over 70%. I can just go through here and just grab one. Pull it up, show you what I'm talking about. Bam. $318,000, $250,000 equity, 79%. They all owe $67,976. It is in list pendings, and it was filed 5/15/2024, not scheduled for auction. That's a doable deal, right?
Yes.
You got 1,200 doable deals. 1,200 doable deals right here at your fingertips. And you ain't got to go knock on not one door. Every last one of these deals can put a minimum of $30,000 in your pocket. At about 40%.
So let's say you have a property that shows up as, part of your query, but it doesn't display a picture of it.
Just copy the address and put it in Google and hit Zillow. It'll give you a street view or something. It does not want to available, just not want to available. But 9 times out of 10, you put it in Google and go to Zillow, it's going to pull up a street view. A street view photo. And that's what usually most all of these are, street view photos. Because you want to see, actually, you want to see not a photo or a photo to me, but a street view from Google is what's there. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Now, you can send that street view when they put it up. Now, your end buyer is probably gonna, want more photos or something like this and that. They request it. You can always contact the owners. Hey, can you shoot me some photos of the property? Like I actually told a customer, hey, do me a favor, walk outside, put your phone on video, and do me a walkthrough. Take shoot a video outside your property, walk inside, show me the inside of the property, walk out the backyard, and show me the backyard. I actually did that. Forward it over to the end buyer. That way to get us a real live view of the inside of the property, if there's any damage or how good it is or whatever.
Okay.
Look, these other platforms are charging 5, 10. The lowest price I've seen a platform charge, what's his name? Pace Morgan has one we pay like $2,700, and he teaches you to go knock on doors. I mean, this is 2024, man. Really? With the emergence of AI and all, you got to go knock on doors. Really? No. We do it this way for a reason, because Flipstream takes into it, effect all of the technologies and everything you use now, that you can do this stuff without having to go knock on doors, which is dangerous, by the way. You go knocking on somebody's door and they're already facing foreclosure. You heard stories of people getting shot, coming out to view the property, or coming out to thinking they're coming out to evict them, or people coming out to view the property, before an auction, and they don't, and they even tell you on these foreclosure sites, this property is occupied. Do not disturb the occupants. Because it's still their property. And they are well within their rights in some states to shoot you dead when you cross that property line. I know Florida's one of them. Okay. You go on someone's property in Florida, uninvited, and they shoot and kill you, sheriff ain't gonna do nothing to them.
Tennessee, same way.
Okay. So, and that's not even necessary now. Not even necessary. Come on, really? That's not necessary. You can do these deals completely remotely online, because you're not buying the actual property. You're contracting it. You're flipping the contract out to the end buyer. Now, if the end buyer wants to do stuff like that, that's on them. But you've already contacted the owners, gotten their consent. So it's easy for you to kind of recontact them. Hey, can you shoot some pictures? Can you take a video of your property? They want this deal to happen because what? They want that $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, $50,000, $100,000 that they're going to get it closing, right?
Exactly.
They want to keep this foreclosure off their credit, right? They want to be able to move past this with money in their pocket to help them to have an easy transition and to start over. There's no need for any of that crazy stuff. This is Flipstream. All right.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, that's great.
All right. So there you have it. All right, look. Since you did a mentorship on this one property, if and when you all do close it, my fee is 10%. Okay.
All right. I got you.
Just shoot me 10% of your closing settlement fee, and that's how we do our mentorship. We don't charge you any money up front. Other platforms charge you anywhere from $5,000 to $11,000 for an hour to a 2-hour conversation with a mentor. You have to pay that before you can get on the phone or get on a Zoom call with them. So, but of course, we try to do a little bit more fair way where you schedule your mentorships. We'll do a no upfront fee mentorship. If our advice leads to a closing, only then, and only then, you pay us any pay us that 10 to 20%. Okay.
All right. Sounds good.
Deal.
All right, I hope you all, really, really use this the way we lay it out for you. And remember, this is just one strategy. Okay, just one strategy. Okay. If you start digging into Flipstream, you'll see there's so many other different strategies. Okay, if you want to know how to do something else, schedule a mentorship session with your hand. If you want to know how to get a property funded, a fix and flip, a fix and hold, a fix and rent, or whatever the case may be, is Karen and I, we have actually talked about strategies to show you how to get a property, turn it into a active security, and sell shares in that security. Okay, that's our next phase of Flipstream. Once we get the funding we need to actually go out and buy property with our own money, and we'll be doing that.
Sounds good.
That would be part of our foreclosure rescue program. Okay.
All right.
All right, gentlemen. I thank you all. I appreciate you. We've been here about an hour and a half. So, hey, hopefully you all enjoy our mentorship session. You enjoy Flipstream, and hopefully you all will share Flipstream, recommend to people, talk about it on your Facebook pages, your LinkedIn pages, your Twitter pages, or X now, your Instagram. Talk about it, okay? Because we need to get to that 1,000 subscribers. We need to get to those 100 lifetime members, because that's money that's going to help us to be able to start the next phase of what I just talked about. Okay, and my partner and I, we're actually doing some research now and showing you all on figuring out how to locate and do the process of the what they call the surplus deals from foreclosure. In case y'all know what those are.
What's
People
that?
houses do get auctioned off at foreclosure. Someone buys it at foreclosure. If the bid price, if the purchase price was more than what was owed on the property in the liens, that money that's left over actually is supposed to go to the property owners. Okay, but counties across the United States, none of them notify them and let them know that. In fact, they make it almost impossible for them to find out what that surplus money is and how to file for it. It's buried deep in their systems, and they don't. When like someone's house sales, let's say someone owes, like in this case, $11,000 on property, right? Property worth $500,000. Let's say it sells for $200,000 at the auction, which is a good deal. Guess what? That $189,000 supposed to go to where? That property owner. But they don't tell them that. They don't notify them. Say, hey, your property sold for more than what it was. Here's a check. Common sense would say that they will automatically send that person a check, right?
Right.
There's not a county in the United States that does that. They don't even notify them what it's sold for. They don't even tell them that they're entitled to the surplus money. In fact, if that surplus money sits there for a certain period of time, it goes to the county's budget. This is why they don't tell you. This is why they make it difficult for them to find out how to actually file for it. There are platforms out there that teach people how to find these surplus money, how to submit the right paperwork, and how to get a power of attorney from the people, whatever it means. Then when you find it, you get 25 to 40% of the surplus money you found for them. I know that sounds ridiculous. You have to actually go through a process in order to get money that's your money legally.
Yeah, sad, really sad.
So we are researching on how to find this surplus money, how to submit it. This is that. Send out the power of attorney, but we are going to be charging like 20%. We're not going to be charging like 40%, like some of these other companies. So, but we'll find it. Let them know, hey, you have surplus money. We can get it for you. We'll send you our paperwork. You sign this. It's literally just a power of attorney that we're sending them and saying that we are entitled to 20%. And then when we get the power of attorney, then we can file for it, right? And then we can actually have an attorney to requisition off of that money. And before when the attorney gets it, they then taking our 20%, send the rest to the person, send our 20% to us. And they're trying to have their little fee in there too, $1,200, whatever it is. Okay.
All right.
Count us in.
So yeah, so we're working on that too as well. But like I say, but this is Flipstream. Flipstream is a real estate investment platform that shows you every real estate investment strategy out there. Provides mentorship, no upfront cost, weekly training. I don't know any other platform out there that gives you as much for what we charge.
Mhm.
Not even close. So spread the word, talk about it, share it, go on, give us, all I'm asking is you go to any social media network you're on. When you go to your social media network, any one of them, just give an honest review. Simple as that. Just put in, hey, I came across this platform and this is what they're doing. Hey, you came across this platform and man, you ain't gonna believe what we're doing. Came across this platform and man, they suck. Okay, whatever it is. But just share your honest opinion about what we do and how we do.
Okay.
All right, we'll make it happen.
All right. All right, everybody.
Thank you, Calvin.
You all definitely on Wednesday for the training, every Wednesday night, 7 p.m. And my partner comes on every Sunday morning, 10:15 a.m. with Flipstream Live. Okay. And we're gonna start doing a podcast sometime once we get figure out a time and kind of inch out of time within both our business schedules for us to do a live podcast. All right.
Sounds good.
All right.
That was good. Now you all will be able to pull this up on either YouTube or on our Facebook page, Flip-Stream Live on Facebook. All right.
All right.
Thank you,
Y'all have
sir.
a good day.
Have a
All
good
right.
day.
You too.